Say hello to my little friend. Basically, I really do recommend this stuff as well. But the reason being, I want the pump outside of the tank. So now I've got the Spin Clean 6000. I'm going to whack that straight over there.
No, two small ones.
And the old Stanley. That's her, look. She ain't going nowhere now, is she? Got to get the old bolt level out, see? Blue and black. I do like that.
Are you happy?
Yeah!
Beautiful. But Mrs. Whisperer broke me bottom, so I might end up getting a bit messy. That's the hammer, girl! Hello everyone, welcome back. James the Koi Whisperer. So as you can see, we got a little DIY project going on here today. We've also got to go up to the fish shop to buy my nephew a couple of new goldfish for his tank as well. This is my son's tank. I got a couple of hours and I just wanted to get a few of the plumbing work bits done. So I recently purchased all of this at Southwest Koi the other day. As you can see, it's a decent sized tank, 200 gallons. I can remember working in the slaughterhouse. They used to use these bins basically for putting all the bones in. So Southwest Koi actually used these tanks for transporting fish to go to koi shows. I thought, what a cracking idea. I can set this up for my son and he can't have loads of koi in here, but he can grow on a few smaller size koi, bring them on and just have a little bit of fun with the hobby. So I've got a filter, I've got a few things to adapt to it, 2-inch ball valve. I've given myself a couple of options really. I've got a pump in here as well. I've also got a gate valve. And the reason being, if you just zoom down here on this tank, the reason why I like it so much, you can customise it with outlets. There's one there, there's one underneath. There's also different sizes over here as well, as you can see. So there's no going back now. Once I put a hole in it, I mean, I don't have to put a hole in it. I could put the pump in the pond or the tank. But the reason being, I want the pump outside of the tank just to allow the fish, they've got nothing to bang themselves on. So I got my hole saw and I'm just going to go straight through this hole right here and hopefully all goes to plan. Like a glove. So as you can see, that hole's absolutely bang on. And what that allows me to do now is connect a 2-inch pipe into that. I can sit a 2-inch pipe into it. I can put a 90 on it, put a ball valve on it, like so. And then that there will cut off any of the water from the pond itself if I ever need to do any maintenance to the pump, which I'm currently going to plan to sit right down at the back and try to make it as neat and as tidy as I possibly can. And then we'll get it all cladded. We'll add the filter. We'll deck the top. We'll build a shower filter. And yeah, I'll get my son involved when I get this bit glued up because I want to make sure this bit's done correctly. And then he's going to be building the rest of it. Right, so I'm just gluing up the ball valve coming out of here on a 90. She's in there like a dream. Lovely jubbly. I really do recommend this stuff as well. And you can purchase this at Southwest Koi. And it ain't badly expensive. £9.35 and it is the absolute hammer. I've never had a leak by using it. So one little tip I want to give for ball valves as well, and I don't know if everyone knows it, but inside of this section, can you see this little cutout key? Well, you've got to make sure that that is on the opposite side to which you fix, to which you isolate, because what that cutout key does... God, there she blows. Right, so basically, with these ball valves, they come with a chuck key. And I didn't know this until about 4 years ago. Inside of here, if you ever get a ball valve that's really tight to turn on and off, to shut off, what you can do with this, inside of here is a chuck key. You sit that inside of here, you can adjust the tension of how tight the ball valve is to open and close. But what you've got to remember to do, that's tight, is make sure that the chuck side or the key side is facing the opposite side compared to what you're going to isolate and shut off completely. That being said, I'm going to get this put together. Right, so there's that bit all done. What I've got to do now, I've got to head up to the fish shop because I promised my 2 nephews that I was going to buy them a couple of goldfish today. So I'm going to nip up there, get them a couple fish, then come back and do a little bit more work on that tank.
Right, so boys, what are we doing?
Decided on, Tristan wants 2 big ones, no, 2 small ones, and you can watch them grow and get big. And Dylan doesn't want to watch the growing, so he's going to get a nicer sized big one.
So you're going straight for a big one, are you? Dylan, have you picked your fish?
Yes.
Shall we go pay for them?
Yeah.
What have we got here then, boys?
We've got 3 goldfish.
Shall we go get these back and acclimate them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, goldfish. Check that out.
That gold one there,
Yeah.
is called Thomas, and that little one, the littlest one there, is called Goldie.
And what's your beast one called, Dales?
My beast is called Junior.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you going to look after them?
Yeah. And now we're gonna eat our sweets.
Right, so back home, time to do some more work on this pond. Right, so this is the pump that I'm planning to use on it. It is a little bit overpowerful for what I've got, but the main reason is I can, because it's a Veriflow, I can tune it right down, and what I'm planning to do is run it through this pressure filter, and then from the pressure filter, run it up to a backy shower, so I want the head height pressure, so this pump is more than capable for what I need. Get yourself on the Kingfisher. Right, so where I'm at with the pump, you can use these fittings here that come supplied with it, and I do like these better than the Evolution Aqua ones because the seal actually runs all the way around and it's got a rubber seal in the middle of it. So you could just screw that straight onto there, but what I'm going to do is use a rubber boot because I need to convert the 2-inch outlet down to 1.5 inches. I'm going to whack that straight over there, PTFE tape. I never ever have had a leak by that, and if I need to do any maintenance to the pump, it's so much quicker just undoing this, pulling this off. I find it works an absolute treat. Right then, so now I've got the Spin Clean 6000, and the main reason why I wanted this one, just for Jakey, so he can make easy water changes. It is designed for mechanical and biological, but I'm purely going to be only using it for mechanical filtering. The UV is already built inside, so I'm going to get it out the box and have a quick little look. But I did get a bit of discount off this one while I was at Southwest Koi, because the box was a little bit damaged with a little bit of water on it. It did actually give me 20% off, so I was buzzing about that. Happy days. Get yourself on the Spin Clean 6000. Well, it comes with some destructions, but I don't really need them, so they can disappear. Basically, these pressure filters are straightforward. You got water in, goes through the mechanical stage, then goes into the biological stage, back up through, out of the return there, which feeds the pond back again. And if you want to put it on a clean, I'm sure I'm missing something, because I need to put something on here, because this is what cleans it. But this here, you switch the switch, and then this pumps all the water out to waste. Well, I'll be pumping it out of the window into the drain. That being said, I'm going to crack on with this. Not worried about pimping out the filter. I'm just going to use this for mechanical and mechanical only. I'm not one for using this type of flexi pipe, but for the job that I'm doing for this pond, this will be more than man enough for what I need. So I got some of these clips, the Pond Expert clips. I used to use loads of this back in the day when I used to have the old DIY ponds. The only thing that I find with it, sometimes if you don't get this clip sat right, sometimes you do get a little bit of a seeping or weeping leak out of it. Not that it's a massive problem, because I know how to fix it if I have got a leak. So I'll have to get on the old Stanley. I haven't used the old Stanley for doing pipe work for ages. Right, so where I'm at comes out of here, in effect, like a bottom drain. That's sat down as low as it possibly can, so all the dirty poo will run through there. It will run to the ball valve, which I can isolate it if I have to do any maintenance to the pump. I've also got that on a rubber boot, just so I can take that off if I have to do any maintenance to the propeller. That being said, I've just cut myself my first bit of flex. I've got the filter out all in place, and where I'm going to have that sat in situ is right tight against the back of the wall. The outlet, Mrs. Whisper ain't going to like it, but I'm going to drill through the wall. All of the dirty water then can go down into the drain, which I've got a drain underneath this gravel, so I can run the pipe in behind the back. Got the UV on it. I just got to hook this to this and this to the pond. Well, this one's going to be hooked up to a shower filter, which is going on the back, which I'll make that in a minute, but I need to get this sorted first. Say hello to my little friend. Basically, I've nicked my son's hammer drill because he's a DeWalt fan and I'm a Makita fan, but my batteries are dead. But I'm rocking out with his brand new tool. That's the hammer, boy! Probably a bit loud with these mics on, I apologise about that. But what I'm doing, I've decided to drill the pump down just to hold it on one of the feet, because I want to get this filter put right back in the back corner, and it's really doing my head in. So Mrs. Whisper ain't going to mind. She'll do, boy. Get on the Makita. No, the DeWalt. I tell you what, I am liking my son's new tools. I'm glad that he's earning his own dough now and he's buying his own equipment. He's going to do his nutting if he finds out that I'm nicking his new stuff. He hasn't even took out the box yet. That's her, look. She ain't going nowhere now, is she? Perfect. Beautiful. Let's get the old pump put up. Gotta get the old boat level out, see? Bang on. He ain't going nowhere, son. Can't beat a boat level, but one thing I've got to do is make sure I clean up all this dust before Mrs. Whisperer does her nutting. Well, it's definitely the old time of year. The ice cream man just went past and we're getting on the ice cream. It's the Hammer Boy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I so want to whack that in your face though. Get yourself on the double scoop. See, I'm the greedy one. Beautiful. But Mrs. Whisperer broke me bottom, so I might end up getting a bit messy. That's the Hammer Girl. Right then, there we have it. So this is sort of stage one complete, if you know what I mean. It coming out of here, into the pump, runs up to the filter. Obviously, there's plenty of room to clean this. I do like the idea of, I wasn't meant to do that. I do like the idea of how easy it is to clean. What I'm gonna do is drill a hole out through there. I've converted this down to a smaller size pipe. I just need to nip back to the koi dealer, grab myself some smaller pipe, drill a hole out through here, and the reason being is because I know I've got a drain down there. Jake can pump the dirty water straight down into the drain. Yeah, she's all up and running. What I've done here, I've put a little ball valve on it, but what I've done, there's a connection inside of here which allows me to fit this pipe to convert it back to hard pipe again, because these connections are pretty much restricted to using the size pipe that's on these because of the screw threads, and I haven't got anything to make it all hard pipe, and I ain't too worried about it. It'll do its trick. But what I'm going to do here, when I get the decking across the top, that will allow me to make a shelf to put the backy shower centre in the middle, which I'm going to plan to make out of plant pots. And then what I can do is bring this up around the back of the backy shower, and what I'm planning to do, so I've got some of these 90s left over. These are 1 inch. So as this pipe comes up to the same height as the backy shower, I can run this here, then I can tuck it in behind the back with a 90 feeding into the back of the backy shower. And then what I'm planning to do is I've got a T-piece. It's going to come through the back of the plant pot, going across either side, and then cap off each end, and then that will run down through into the actual shower filter itself. All of the electrics are all been done. I have give it a bit of a dust off, but I'm going to paint over the top of that again because it looks like there's a little bit of a crack there. So I'm going to paint over the top of that. Got the air pump on there. It doesn't need to be a massive one. That can just droop in over, have a little air bar running across the back. And yeah, the plant he wants to keep in the pond. I did tell him the koi will probably ravage through that, absolutely destroy it, but that's down to him really. And then what I've got to do is deck out the front. Where this is sort of exposed at the moment, I'm going to bring a bit of woodwork round, make a bit of a feature there, just so it all looks nice and tidy and it's easy to remove, but then you don't see all of the pipe work and the bits and pieces. Even though it does look nice and sexy, all being blue and black, I do like that. That there's a bit of a rhythm in it. That being said, stage one looking is the absolute hammer. What I'm going to do as well, with the pump itself, it comes with the cage for the pump to go on. What I'm planning to do, down here, the inlet, I'm going to stick this to the very bottom of it there, and what that will do will stop any of the fish getting sucked up into the 2-inch inlet, but also make it removable just in case any debris or muck gets built up down the back there. That being said, happy days, and it's coming on a treat. Time it all gets decked out, it really will look impressive. Right then, so the sun's beating down on me. It is a Sunday, so unfortunately it's got to that time of day. There ain't no shops open, so I can't get any more of the work done on this new pond. But Jake's home from school tomorrow, so hopefully he's going to get stuck in with me. And well, with that sunshine beaming down on me, I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and if I don't see you in a week, I'll see you through a window. Thank your mother for the new conservatory pond.